Hello everyone, I am Bartek, a solo indie game dev currently working on Town's Life, a retro-styled sandbox RPG game with no specific goal where you can just do whatever you want. I started working on the game on the 9th of October 2024, so as of today it's been almost 2 years since I wrote the first lines of code. As of today, the game's demo is available on Steam and is irregularly updated. The plan is to keep updating the free demo until the game's ready for paid early access. But that's a plan for the future, and we're here to talk about the past. I only really post short videos on YouTube, but I decided that the first year of Town's Life's development could make for a fun topic for a longer video, so here we are. As I said earlier, I started working on the game on the 9th of October 2024, but that doesn't mean I knew exactly what I wanted to make back then. At first I had literally no plan, no idea, nothing. I haven't even written a game without an engine before. I mean, my only prior experience was Scratch and years of Roblox game development, and now here I was with no engine, just code. Java code to be specific. I followed Rice's tutorial series in which he made a relatively simple game in Java, copying all his code at first, then cherry picking only the features I wanted and slowly adding bits of my own code. Oh, and also don't pay too much attention to the game's title being Greatest RPG Ever at the time. I'm not good with naming things, so I decided to jokingly call the game that until I could come up with a real name. As development went on and usage of hot cocoa went up, I started replacing some of the assets from Rice's tutorials with my own, eventually even making my own tile map for the world and deciding to make all tile maps 250 by 250 tiles. I believe it was around that time that I also started experimenting with the game's launcher. I initially wanted the game to have its own launcher which you could download from its official site instead of being available on Steam. I didn't get far with it though, and after some time abandoned it completely. The launcher, however, is not the only thing I would abandon, because soon after that I would take a long break from working on a game, which would last multiple months. I returned to working on a game somewhere in spring 2025, but I can't remember what month it was exactly. I think it was also around that time when I decided to rewrite my game from using Java's built-in features for rendering to using libgdx, a library specifically made for game development. It took a while to adapt all the code, but was pretty much necessary for a more advanced game. Sometime in June I started working on bees, which were the first moving creatures in my game. The game picked up pace in 2025, and it was the most productive year for me yet when it comes to working on Town's Life. I don't have much footage, but here's a long list of things I marked as done on my Trello page, as proof that I actually made progress. You may notice mentions of multiplayer in there, and that's because I originally planned for the game to release with multiplayer, but here's the thing. I know nothing about networking and multiplayer is hard, so I used AI to make the groundwork for all the multiplayer code, and while I was able to work with it for some time, in the end I decided that it wasn't too good. I had trouble adding some things and my networking abilities were overall too lacking to work on multiplayer alongside the main game. So because of that, I made the hard decision of putting it on the list of out-of-scope things that will be added when the game hopefully makes enough profit for me to hire someone who can actually work with that stuff. One of the last things I added in that 1 year period were farming and sheep, with the latter being made in October 2025, which marks a full year of development for the game. So yeah, that's how the whole thing went. Today's Town's Life looks drastically different from how it originally looks, and while there's still a long way to go, I'm glad to see I got this far. If you like what you saw in this video, check out the Steam page for the game, play the demo and maybe even wishlist it. That's the best way to currently support me. And you can join the Town's Life Discord server too. It's not too active yet, but maybe if a few more people joined, we would be able to make it a bit more active. So yeah. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support. See ya!